Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Liz Loves Books. Today I am going to be revealing how many books I have on my unread TBR. So without further ado, let's get into the books. Before They Are Hanged and The Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie. Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. King's Cage, Broken Throne, Warstorm, and Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. A Man Called Uva by Frederick Bachman. Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. And Beartown and Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. Truly Madly Deeply by Alexandria Bellfleur. Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. And Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young. Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. With Stars in Our Eyes by Andy Burke. A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvie Cattrall. The Empress by Kristen Cast. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. Fathom Folk and Tideborn by Eliza Chan. All of Us Murderers by KJ Charles. Trust Exercise by Susan Choi. The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry. The Art of Prophecy by Wesley Chu. Books 4, 5, and 6 in The Mortal Instruments, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. Chain of Gold and Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. The Dark Artifices by Cassandra Clare. Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and Queen of Air and Darkness. The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. Ghosts of the Shadow Market. The Bane Chronicles. Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, all by Cassandra Clare. The Shadowhunters Codex, compiled by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis. Seasons of Shadowhunters Kickstarter. This includes 4 different books. It's Secrets of Blackthorn Hall, An Illustrated History of Notable Shadowhunters and Denizens of Downworld, Careful of Books and Better in Black, and Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. We have a lot of Cassandra Clare. That's one of my goals, is to read more of her books in 2026. Here We Go Again by Alison Cochrane. The Ballad of Sunbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Unsteady and Unloved by Peyton Corinne. Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. Firebird by Juliet Cross. Beautiful Exile by Catherine Cowles. Face Off by Chelsea Curto. You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria. The Shadow Cabinet and Queen Bee by Juno Dawson. Rose's Ring by Monica Doherty. To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fast. Whiskey Business by Elliot Fletcher. Silver Elite by Danny Francis. The Next Best Fling by Gabriela Gomez. Eternal Ruin by Tigis Girma. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. The Rainfall Market by Yu Yong Guang. How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. Realm of Thieves by Karina Halley. Alive and Wells by Bailey Hanna. Hideaway Heart, Make Believe Match, Small Town Swoon, and Slapshot Surprise by Melanie Harlow. The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. And The Conditions of Will, Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. Deep End and Not in Love by Ellie Hazelwood. Confessions in B-Flat by Donna Hill. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. This next whole group is all by the author Robin Hobb. The Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince. Royal Assassin and Assassin's Quest. Ship of Magic, Mad Ship, and Ship of Destiny. City of Dragons, Dragon Keeper, Dragon Haven, and Blood of Dragons. Fool's Assassin. And for some reason I'm missing book 2 of this part of the trilogy. And then Assassin's Fate. All by Robin Hobb. The Endless War. A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. Part of Your World, Yours Truly, Just for the Summer, and Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. Double Apex by Josie Juniper. The Pomegranate Grate by Ariel Kaplan. Whenever You're Ready by Rachel Runya Katz. Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmerer. Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. Others Were Emeralds by Lang Liev. Jade City by Fonda Lee. Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. The Robin on the Oak Throne by K.A. Lind. This is all Sarah J. Maas. Throne of Glass I've read the first book, Throne of Glass, and Crown of Midnight is on my TBR cart. And these are the rest. We've also got the entire Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi. Shatter Me is on my TBR cart. Oh dear, there are still so many books that I have unread, and I unhauled so many. A Game of Thrones, A Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, A Feast for Crows, A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin, A Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride, Burning Daylight, Hooked by Emily McIntyre, and The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors, House of Bane and Blood by Alexis L. Menard, and Olivetti by Allie Millington. Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro, Fireborn by Rosaria Munda, The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen, and Murtagh by Christopher Paolini. All I Want by Lyra Parrish, Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry, Dragonstar No. 1 Stronghold by Melanie Ron, A Murderous Relation, An Unexpected Peril, An Impossible Imposter, A Sinister Revenge, and A Grave Robbery by Deanna Rayburn. After I Do, Forever Interrupted, Maybe in Another Life, and One True Loves, all by Taylor Jenkins Reid. If We Were Villains by Emma Rio, Lady of Darkness by Melissa K. Rorick, Blood Mercy by Bella Roth, Gothicana by Runix, My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, Mistborn and Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson, Buried Bones in the Midnight Soil, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, The Frontrunner and A False Start by Elsie Silver, The Violin Conspiracy by Brendan Slocum, The Unsinkable Greta James by Jennifer E. Smith, The Cottage Around the Corner by D.L. Soria, Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair, All My Rage, and A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabat Tahir, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Okay, we are now in my bedroom at my TBR cart, and let's look through the rest of the books that I have on this cart. So, starting at the top row, I have A Dangerous Collaboration by Deanna Rayburn, A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver, A Pirate's Life for Tea by Rebecca Thorne, A Torch Against the Night by Sabat Tahir, The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, The Chain by Adrienne McKinty, The Inadequate Air by Daniel L. Jensen, The Light We Carry by Michelle Obama, The Listeners by Maggie Stiefvater, The Poppy War by R.F. Kwong, The Red Schools of Magic, The Eldest Curses, Book 1 by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. Then in row 3, I have The Scum Villains Self-Saving System, The Storied Life of A.J. Vickery by Gabrielle Zevin, The Will of the Many by James Islington, The Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden, The Wren and the Holly Library by K.A. Lind, All's Well by Mona Awad, and They Were Roommates by Paige Powers, Atmosphere and Carrie Soda is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors, Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, and Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Then, all the way at the bottom, I have Death of the Author by Nanette Okorafor, Forget Me Not by Julie Soto, Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson, How Women Made Music, A Revolutionary History from NPR Music, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yaros, My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix, Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt, Runaway Love by Melanie Harlow, Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen, Shatter Me, and This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi. Now you get to see my lovely closet. There's more books! So this pile is my December TBR. I haven't read The Second Death of Locke by Viola Bovalino, Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh, and Taylor Swift Style by Sarah Chappelle. We are in the final stretch, and let's talk about how my closet has the best lighting. Like, that makes no sense. To You at the Altar by Rebecca Thorne, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers and the Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien, Curse of the Phantom Queen by Rod Vick. Then we have the rest of The Boys of Tommen. We have Saving 6, Redeeming 6, Taming 7, and Releasing 10. The Sword of Kaigan by Emma Wong, 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, The Story Collector by Evie Woods, Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yaros, The Scorpion and the Night Blossom by Emily Wen Zhao, and The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Homework by Julie Andrews, Counting the Cost, a memoir by Jill Duggar with Derek Dillard and Craig Borlassi, Tom Hanks, The Making of Another Major Motion Picture Masterpiece, and Uncommon Type by Tom Hanks, The History Behind Game of Thrones by David C. Weinstock, Fire and Blood by A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms by George R.R. Martin, Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Know My Name by Chanel Miller. This next group are all books by Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson. So we have book 2, The Great Hunt. Then we jump all the way up to book 10, Crossroads of Twilight. Book 11, Knife of Dreams. Book 13, Towers of Midnight. And book 14, A Memory of Light. Into the Taylorverse, Taylor Swift's Songwriting Eras by Satu Haminano Fox. Over the Top by Jonathan Van Ness. Unmasked, a memoir by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Then Viking and Scottish Folk and Fairy Tales, edited by J.K. Jackson. So that is the end of my unread TBR. I will put the final number up here on the screen. I have an idea of what it could be. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye, guys.